Okay, this is a video about steering wheel play and some possible things to check, some things not to do, some things that are not always obvious. But if you're looking at this, you probably have steering wheel play and you're trying to find out the problems and the solutions. So here's a couple things to check. Okay, one of the most common things in videos that you'll find is adjusting the nut on the steering gearbox. Which is right there. What many of the videos will tell you, oh, just loosen it up, crank it down, tighten it back up, and it'll fix all your problems. Well, that's not actually true in a lot of cases. It's possible, but that's many times the wrong thing you want to do, because it will just create more wear on the gears in there. So there's another adjustment that's a little more difficult, which requires you to, I don't know if I'll be able to show it to you, but basically where your input shaft is, there's a large lock nut that can come off, and it needs to be adjusted. Easiest to do out of the truck. Yeah, just too much stuff in the way. But essentially, most of the time you don't want to play with that nut. Almost all the other videos will tell you to adjust it, tighten it up, but you're probably going to wear your gearbox out more. The other thing you can do is, if you can find one of these 6-bolt gearboxes, see there's, yeah, let me get it. See there's all the blue, there's 6 of them around there. That's a physically larger box. If you're replacing your gearbox, try to get one of those. I'll leave some info down in the description. On to the next. Okay, then another one of the possibilities that isn't usually talked about is under here. Take the cover off here. Basically, easiest to just get your thumbs in here and pop it up. This one's gotten beat up a little bit. Okay, tilt it down. Then what you're looking for is a screw right down here. And you have to turn the wheel until you find it. So I'm going to start it because it's easier.
Or go to SiriusXM.com/.
And we'll turn it. There's one. And that one seemed to be pretty tight on mine. But the one I found loose was that one. And I got probably a half a turn out of it. And that got rid of my steering play, which was probably about 1 inch or so side to side in the wheel. Basically just snug them both up. My guess is they're hard to see down in there, but I think they're like a set screw, and when they're loose they allow you that whole housing to kind of turn and wobble on there. But I had replaced everything else: tie rods, gearbox, upper shafts, lower shaft, the bearing, all that. And I found one video that was talking about these screws, so I thought I'd make another video that really described it in detail. So then, putting this back together, get it tucked under there first, and then just snap it down in position. Making sure that goes down into the hole, and then these just snap together, and you basically just snap the two halves back together. Then the other issue that a lot of you probably know already is the shaft there. Turn this off. That shaft there, GM's had a problem with these for, I don't know, probably 30 years. That's generally called the intermediate shaft. I changed both of them, and they were both kind of bad, which helped, but then there's the bearing up there. If it'll focus. There it goes. That plastic part is a bearing. I got another video about changing that. That's a real pain because you gotta cut this big shroud off of there just to get it out. It's a really dumb design. But then there's all the obvious, you know, check your ball joints and your tie rods. You know, they wear out. So anyway, hopefully this helped you, and you can narrow down your steering wheel play and replace the loose parts, broken parts, or just tighten them up. Till next time.